says Dr. Jacobs. And the template is probably based on their relationship with their father. Here comes that father wound again, Brother Josh, and how they viewed their father's friendship. Both parents need to get the program, but Dr. Olga Silverstein, with the program, Dr. Silverstein, author of The Courage to Raise Good Men, claims that there are still too many who feel we will contaminate our boys with female qualities. Good God from Zion.
America's men hidden crisis. They need more friends.
Yes, they do, Brother Josh.
Men aren't making the same kinds of intimate friendships women may have, but they want to.
Yeah, they want to, but we scared.
All the people in America, adult white heterosexual men, have the fewest friends.
Yes, you heard that? That's huge.
I don't have very many friends.
Mm.
Moreover, the friendships they have if they are with other men provide less emotional support.
Yes.
And involve lower levels of self-disclosure and trust than other types of friendships.
That's right.
When men get together, they're more likely to do stuff than have a conversation.
That's right. They want to do stuff instead of talk.
Friendship scholar Jeffrey Grief Wright calls these shoulder-to-shoulder friendships, contrasting them to the face-to-face friendships that many women have enjoy. If a man doesn't have a comment 3/4 of the time, it's a woman.
Yep.
And there's a good chance she's his wife or girlfriend.
That's the only time a man talks. And he still ain't going to talk about too much anyway. All right?
It's possible that men don't want as many of the same kinds of friendships as women, but they do. When asked about what they desire from their friendships, men are just likely as women to say they want intimacy.
Yes.
And just like women, their satisfaction with the friendship is strongly correlated with the level of self-disclosure.
Yes.
Moreover, when asked to describe what they mean by intimacy, men say the same thing as women. Emotional support, disclosure, and having someone to take care of them.
Yes.
Men desire the same level and type of intimacy in their friendships as women, but aren't getting it.
Okay, stop right there. Brother Josh, why do you, out of your experiences, and I know you're a young man, why was it hard for you to connect with other men and create an intimacy? Because we all need support. Because I know you've been...
I feel like half of them couldn't relate. Because you got to be able to relate to somebody.
That's true. So do you think because the problem with relating was because of maybe they didn't have somebody to help them to be able to communicate, to be able to relate with you when they were younger, or vice versa? Because usually that is the problem when it comes to men connecting with other men. We were not taught how to relate to one another. We're going through a problem. We're very scared to go to another brother and say, well, brother, I'm going through this. You know, what should I do? We scared to do it because it makes us feel soft. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I guess a lot of us shy away from communicating with another man. And that we want the friend, we want the emotional support, but we don't know how to find it. We don't know how to find it. We don't know how to reach out for the help to get it. All right?
All right, Brother Tyrone, read that part for us.
All right. We're getting down to the end here. But at the age of, yeah, this is huge here. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge. All right. Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna go back to 3, and I'm gonna lead into this because this is very, very important. In an effort to understand why men's friendships are less intimate than women's, psychologist Nobi Way interviewed boys about their friendships in each year of high school. She found that younger boys spoke eloquently about their love for the dependence on their male friends. In fact, research shows that boys are just as likely as girls to disclose personal feelings to their same-sex friends, and they are just as talented as being able to sense their friends' emotional stress. Now, here it goes. But at the age between 15 and 16, right at the same age, that the suicide rate of boys increases to 4 times the rate of girls, boys start reporting that they don't have friends and don't need them. Here comes that isolation stage, all right? Because Way interviewed young men across each year of high school, she was able to document this shift. One boy, Justin, said, this is his first year when he was 15. My best friend and I love each other, that you have this thing that is deep, so deep, it's within you. You can't explain it. It's just a thing that you know that person is that person. I guess in life, sometimes two people can really, really understand each other and really have a trust, respect, and love for one another. So why does that change, Brother Josh, at age 15 and 16? Why do we change as boys?
Because we become isolated and we get involved in sports and all that.
So really society starts to play a big role in our lives. Then like when we were small boys, you know how small boys, man. I mean, you have a friend when you're a small boy. Y'all are inseparable. You do everything together. But as we get older, instead of coming closer, we separate. Because society says, no, you're not supposed to have close friendships.
What happens?
There it is. What's the question? There it is. What happens?
During these years, young men are learning what it means to be a real man.
Is that true or false?
True.
You think it's true? They ain't learning how to be real men. They
Oh no, not learning how to be a real man. No.
they're learning how to be a feminized man in a feminized world. Go ahead, brother.
The rule number 1: avoid everything feminine.
See, there it is, right there.
Notice that a surprising number of insults that we fling at men are actually synonyms for or references to femininity.
Femininity, that's right.
Calling male athletes girls,
Uh-huh.
women, and ladies is a central part of motivation in sports.
That's right.
I remember my coach like, "Good moving, girls."
See that? See, everything right the girl. See
That
that?
tore me up, man.
See? Yeah.
Consider slurs like
We ain't gonna say the B word
B word
and the P word.
P word, which obviously reference women, but also the F word,
Yes, yes.
which on the face of it's about sexual orientation.
Yes.
It also can be a derogatory term for men who act feminine, and
We ain't gonna say that.
literally a term for people who sexually serve as men.
All right.
Tyler, you put a lot of disgusting things in
But
this
that's
one.
all right. I'm trying. We're gonna keep it real though.
It's right, but it's tight.
It's tight, but it's right.
This, by the way, is where the
The ambiguous.
slur "you suck" comes from.
Mm-hmm.
It's an insult that means you give men blowjobs.
Yep. That's true. That's where it comes from.
Some men are pressed from the time they are very young to disassociate from everything feminine.
That's right.
This imperative is incredibly limiting for them.
Paradoxically.
Paradoxically, it makes men feel good because of a social agreement that masculine things are better than feminine things.
Yeah. There it goes.
But it's not the same thing as freedom.
Yeah, that's the key.
It's restrictive and dehumanizing.
Yes, it is.
It's oppression and all dressed up as an awesomeness,
Yes.
and is a part of why men have a hard time being friends.
There it is.
Breaking the man code, a guy's guide to friendship.
Yes. All right. We're gonna run through this real quickly.
Go ahead and read that italics for the time.
All right. Men with close friendships experience more happiness, better health, and more satisfying relationships.
That's it.
That's the key.
Men's friendships reflect our culture values about masculinity, as well as how men help each other navigate the challenges of their times. Many guys say that they're in a bind because while they value their male friendships, they're not getting the emotional support they desire from them.
Yes.
Consequently, they're not putting much energy into them either.
There it is. Connecting energy. You're not putting nothing in it.
When guys actively reach out to their friends, they discover that their friends are also hungry to open up and share more deeply.
Yes.
This helps to accelerate the progress in individual and couples therapy.
That's right.
4 core elements of emotional intimacy for men.
There it is. Listen to this very closely, man.
Connection.
Connection.
Excuse me. Communication.
All right. Communication.
Commitment.
Go ahead, brother.
Commitment and conflict resolution.
All right.
Making meaningful connections.
All right. We gotta do this. We can go top the cover that. What does meaningful connections mean?
Having somebody to talk to.
There you go. Having a meaningful connection means that we as men, we bond with one another and we can talk to one another. You got to learn how to create these type of connections with other men. You got to create these relationships.
I don't even think we need to read that. I think we just go off of what this is.
Yeah, that's right.
Number 2. Hold on.
We're just talking about these emotional intimacies for men.
Number 2, honing your communication skills.
Plain and simple. You got to learn how to communicate.
Learn how to talk.
You got to learn how to talk, man. If you don't learn how to talk, you're not going to be able to create these type of relationships. All right, brother.
Practicing everyday loyalty.
Oh, now that's hard. Learn how to be committed. Being accountable. Right?
Yeah.
You got to learn. You got to practice it. It's not something that's going to be easy. It's going to come to you natural. It's not.
Learning friendship first aid.
Oh, go through that. Read a little bit of that, brother Josh.
No closer relationship is immune to conflict.
That's right. That's right.
Men nonetheless often try to ignore the tensions and hurt feelings between them.
Yes.
Left unaddressed, these can fester, deepen, and ultimately put your most important male friendships at risk.
That's right.
Male code. Often encourages attitudes of defensive and denial of men which interfere with the healing process.
All right, stop right there. So we have to learn that there are going to be conflicts within a relationship. All right.
We got to learn how to mend them.
We got to learn how to mend them, brother Josh. Absolutely correct. I ain't got to say no more about that. While friendships first aid can go a long way towards salvaging our friendships when they hit a speed bump, not all relationships can or should be saved. Some of them you just got to let go, man. Let them go.
Learn to let go?
Yeah,
Let them let
because
go.
they may not benefit you, all right? Lying.
Especially you want to get rid of relationships that's pulling you down.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. They're not
Because all they're going to end up doing is pulling you down,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then they're
Yes.
pulling you down, and you're going to
Yes.
get pulled down to their level,
Yes.
and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. If they're not adding benefit to your life, get rid of them.
So,
Lying,
kick
breaking.
the curve.
That's right. Breaking into important confidences. We don't share. Whatever we say between us and our men's group stays there.
Yep.
And that's one thing you got to learn. If somebody tells you something in confidence, man, keep it in confidence. All right. That's what hurts a relationship. Knowingly misleading a friend, especially for personal gain, or cheating with a partner, all may cause irreparable damage. If any of these behaviors, irreparable. I'm sorry. Damage. If any of these behaviors emerge in you or a friend, try to call this to a halt immediately in order to preserve what you both cherish in your friendship. So true.
The surprising need for male intimacy.
All right, get ready to close it out, brother.
How many of you have a close friend?
Mm.
And I don't mean someone you game with,
Mm-hmm.
or go on the town, or the Everclass help you move bodies. How many of you have a friend or several friends you can go to when you need help?
Yes.
Tyrone.
That's right, bro.
When you need emotional support and intimacy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you're scared and need someone to help you.
Yes. Yes.
When you need to feel comforted when you need the vent. When you are feeling like you need to offload someone you can share deep personal parts of your life with.
Yes. Yes.
And of those, how many of them are men?
Whew. It ain't to me, because we just talked about majority of people that men talk to are their girlfriends or their wives. They don't talk to other men.
The friendships we do have with other guys tends to have much less emotional intimacy.
That's right. Absolutely.
There's less closeness,
Yes.
less willingness to share about ourselves, and far less trust.
Yes.
We may help each other move and wax.
Where you at, brother? Oh, Respotic.
Spotted about our favorite types of whiskey,
Uh-huh.
but we don't let ourselves get any deeper than the surface level.
That's right. Exactly.
And yet, that's exactly what we crave.
Yes.
Women are encouraged to have a wider network of more intimate friends.
That's right.
Men are not.
That's right.
And yet, if you ask men what they want from their friendships,
Mm-hmm. It's often the same thing.
the same thing as women do.
That's right.
Intimacy, blah, 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 blah.
Intimacy, trust, and some more support. We need that more support. That's very key. That's right.
The dangers of social isolation.
All right. Now we're talking about these last few things, and we're going to close this out here.
A lack of close friends, not people you chat with on Facebook or social media. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that.
Or the guys you hang out with at work.
Uh-huh.
But close friends
Uh-huh.
correlates to increased levels of depression, increased levels of stress.
Yeah.
When you have fewer people to reach out to for emotional support when things go wrong,
Uh-huh.
fewer people have your back in a crisis.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, the myth of the rugged individual tells us that we should be able to handle everything on our own. But in reality, humans are pack animals.
That's right.
We
That's right.
we need other people in our lives for emotional well-being.
We
When we
need
don't
them.
have them, we get
Yeah.
stressed.
Yes.
We feel empty. Those feelings of isolation, helplessness contribute to the depressed immune system.
Yes.
Moreover, people who have your friends have higher levels of stress hormone, cortisol, and greater cardiovascular issues.
Okay, so basically what it's saying is that the danger, if we say when we have friends, like Brother John said about Facebook, those ain't your true friends. Nope. Unless you see them every day, y'all have that type of emotional connection with one another.
Or you know them on a deeper level.
Or you know them on a deeper level. If you just communicate friends, that's not your true friend. Because when you go through crisis, you going through hell and high water, they're not there for you. They're mentally, physically there for you. That's when you need it. That's why men relationships are so important, and that's why we meet every single week, because we need to have that connection between one another. We don't know, I always tell the brothers, you don't know what's going to happen from one week to the next week. You don't know.
Nope.
That's why we have to meet and stay connected with one another. And we created something here at MSF called Soul Care. And our brother, we're going to get back to, as our organization start to rebuild again, Brother Josh will reach out to the brothers and call them, brother, how you doing? He will call twice a week. Brother, how you doing? What's going on with your family? You got to create that and let them know that you're there to support them. Because then when they go through a crisis, they can pick up the phone and say, brother, this is what I'm going through. I need to talk.
That's what my job is. I'm secretary.
That's right. Secretary of Soul Care. That's what it's all about. All right, brother, what's the last one?
Finding brothers, not bros.
No. What's the subtle forms. Well, we ain't got to go to the subtle form of intimacy. We talk about basically what the subtle form of intimacy is having emotional support. We already talked about that. You got to have that emotional support. If we don't have that, you're not going to make it. All right, you're not going to make it.
Finding brothers, not bros.
Okay, that's right. We need to find true friends, which are true brothers, not this bro that you see on the street. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Brother Tyrone?
I know, right? Exactly.
Despite the fact we want more closer male friends, it can be incredibly difficult to actually foster those relationships.
Yes.
It's hard enough finding new friendships in the first place.
Yes, yes.
It takes a surprising amount of courage to open up and reach out to other men.
Yes.
After all,
yes.
It requires fighting against years of social coding and gender expectations.
That's correct.
By trying to foster a more intimate bond with somebody, you're tactically making yourself vulnerable and admitting to weaknesses.
That's right.
Which is part of how men lose status amongst other men.
Yeah.
Worse, other men might push back, trying to shore up their man cred at the expense of yours. It can be hard even for guys who also want a closer friendship to deliberately lower one's guard and not to lash out from sheer instinct rather than consciously rejecting someone.
Read the last one, brother.
As men, you must be willing to put yourself out there and be more comfortable with letting yourself be vulnerable.
Yes.
With the expectation that there will be people who will misunderstand what you are doing.
Yes.
You'll need to expect people who think that when they want more closeness and intimacy as well. Those culture wars that say men don't get close with men are hard to shake. And sometimes people will respond negatively out of reflex rather than anger or mistrust.
That's correct.
And even when you find other people who like you, you'll have to expect that there'll be confusion. Just as with romantic relationships, you'll have to be willing to communicate your needs and explain how you feel and what you want.
That's right. So it just bottles up what Brother Josh says right there. You don't look for superficial relationships. Look for meaningful relationships, men and other men. But you, like he said, you got to present yourself vulnerable to get those friends. You got to put yourself out there, but don't just throw yourself out there and expect that's going to happen, all right? Let God move you in those areas to who you need to use your connected energy to establish good character as well as developing quality friendships, all right? I'm going to read the last one. We're going to close this thing up. Boy, this has been powerful here. It will be intimidating, man. It will be. You'll feel like you're the only one out there who feels this way. People who you thought were your friends may pull back, and because they can't handle the level of openness and honesty, but there will be the ones who will understand you, the ones who will respond and who are looking for the same thing that you are looking for, men, friendships, a quality friendship. And those friendships will be the ones that can change your life for the better. Praise be to God. Wow, that's huge. I hope that y'all have got something out of this, because we need to learn how to establish quality friendships. Without quality male friendships, men, I don't care what you do, I don't care how successful you think that you have become in your life or what you're doing, it means nothing if you don't have relationships. That's what it's all about. All right? The superficial relationships, they'll be there, but they're not going to be permanent. You need something that's permanent, a true person that you can tell the things in your heart, and y'all can relate to one another. Brother Josh?
It's going to uplift you.
That's going to uplift you, brother. That's what it's all about.
Not drag you down.
Not drag you down, brother. Because 9 out of 10, usually, when you're in relationships, that friend is only there when you got something that's going to benefit them. But when it don't benefit them, they're gone. You can't find them nowhere around. That's when you know if you got a true friend or not. So that's why you got to test the water and learn how to create that, use that creative energy within you to create these type of friendships and relationships in your life, especially male friendships, because that's going to be the key to your success. Brother Josh, any final words? Well, I hope that you enjoyed everything. This has been a powerful message today. I hope that you take it to heart, because you do need these type of friendships in your life. We're coming back with the last part on next week. We're going to be dealing with the lover. Very, very important that you understand. And that's going to wrap it up for the 4 characteristics and the 4 faces of manhood: the king, the warrior, the friend, and the lover. All 4, but they must be in balance for you to be successful in your life. Brother Josh, take us on out.
It's not about what happens, it's how you handle it that really matters.
Finally, the secret is out.
Even strong men struggle.
Praise be to God. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you next week here